I can tell you there is only one meme of me that I have loved for my entire career of doing reality TV, and it was when Will was introduced in our season. Because I look at this beautiful fucking Chris Hemsworth stunt double Thor-looking son of a bitch walk in, and I'm like, can they stop casting 6'5" beautiful men? Like, I look like a fucking little short king right now, and I'm an average height guy. To this day, people meet me, and the number one thing they always say is they're like, I can't believe how tall you are. And I'm like, do I give off Joe Pesci fucking energy? Like, I don't understand what this is.
Today we have a very exciting episode. Today we are going to interview Joey Sasso and also give you a debrief of episodes 4 through 6.
You know, my intuition is telling me that we have a lot to dive in with this. Okay, so first off, I have a lot I have to say.
Okay, already.
Number one, do you guys look at the cast of this show and feel like they're like Temu versions of previous people who have been on the show? Because Clayton is like a bootleg Shane to me. Like, that's all I kept thinking when I was watching this, is like, he seems like a very nice guy. And the thing is, I feel like his thing of like being the nice guy kind of backfires a little bit, because he's like, but my intuition was telling me this. And then homegirl's breaking down, and then next day he's like, but my intuition told me something different. And the thing is this, people can change their minds. There is something to be said when you go on these dating shows. Mm-hmm. It's the audience, not the cast. The audience gets crazy. Like, if you say one thing, you better mean that. You better stick to that. You're not allowed to be a human who changes your mind. However, I think Clayton, to me, he's got something like he doesn't know what he wants.
Totally.
But he's trying to come across like, I'm this gentleman. I'm this, and that. And I'm like, bro, you don't really fit the mold for that as well as you think.
And that's what drives me insane, because he went on a show like Bachelor, and like this is the first time that Perfect Match has brought on. So I'm curious what you think about that too. Like Love Island and Bachelor people who are more committed.
I feel like it makes sense just because the pool of Netflix talent is limited. I mean, there's so many shows, but it makes sense with Kinetic to expand out to all the other shows. I mean, let's just be real. Kinetic owns the dating space. Yeah. Like, any show with love, Kinetic's behind it. They know what they're doing. When we were making our season, my thing was so much of the cast didn't know what the show was, including it's season 1. Right. So everyone's figuring it out. But my thing is, Chris, the CEO of Kinetic, he clearly knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So just go with it, have a good time. I remember when I was watching the show back for the first time and everyone was talking about strategy. Right. And I'm like,
this isn't a game show.
Bro, this isn't supposed... I mean, if your strategy, like, look, let's be real. Everyone wants screen time. Everyone wants to stand there longer. You don't go on your fucking interviews and be like, my strategy is this. No, I'm here for love. That's what I'm. I am here for love to find my perfect match.
Right. Say the quote and keep nodding.
100%. Yeah.
I feel like you're a guy though that in real life sticks it straight. Like, you give your honest opinion. Can you tell when you're in this environment, like, who's like you and who's not?
Yes. Okay. So I am honest to a fault, even when it bites me in the ass. I wish I could like lie and try to come off suave. But if I try to be suave, I'm gonna fall on my face. That's just the way it is. And I have this thing where my nostrils flare if I'm like trying to lie and I start smirking. So I can't do that as well as I wish I could. But a great example of that was JR, who came on. So JR, I was streaming live watching the episodes last night on Discord, and I was talking to people, and everyone's like, fuck this kid. He's terrible. And I was having fun with it as well. But I'm like, this is a great example of, if you look at that kid, I can guarantee you when you meet him at an event, he's probably great. He looks fantastic. Totally. But when he comes on, he's been in a hotel room. He's been waiting to start filming. You have 2 or 3 months waiting for this moment. So it's like, I'm going to burst out. And then you start coming down and you see him later when he's nervous that he's going to be going home, and you're seeing like the insecurity of like, oh, there he is. Yeah. That's who he really is. So the way he presented himself of like, I think he like commented on her ass, and he was like, basically like, yeah, I checked out your ass. It looked good. And I was like, bro, don't be like that.
He was encapsulated for too long. He forgot about the real world.
Here's what I need to know from you guys. We have one person to discuss more than anyone. Ali.
Okay.
There is so much to say when it comes to Ali.
This is actually what I wanted to ask you about too, is because obviously, like, you know, you go through filming. They filmed this a while ago. Yes. We kind of know what happens in the real world a little bit later, but then like watching it back, like, what was that kind of like for you as a person? Because obviously, like, Ollie, you know, switched up really quickly.
It goes back to what I said about Chris knows what he's doing with the show, right? Because here's the thing. When you go on these shows, I don't care who you are, what you look like, what your background is. All of us check a box. I'm always gonna be the New York fake Jersey Shore Guido fuckboy, even though that's really not who I am, but like I can come across like that. So I remember when I went on the show, I was newly sober. I was a year sober at that point. I was like, you know what? I want to go do this to show I don't need to get fucked up to have a good time. I don't need to do any of that. I talked all about my sobriety, everything I've been through. And I'm like, you know, everyone can hate me, but I think people at least identify with that. There is not one mention of me being sober in that show. But that's one of those things where I'm like, I got shit for some things, but I'm not going to go online and complain. Like, I feel like that's what a lot of people don't understand is you're in this business now. You're supposed to be a professional. The power that be, they know what they're doing. So even if you get the bad edit, aka people are going to come for you, have fun with it. And then everyone goes on their socials and they start crying, yelling at the audience, doing this and that. And I'm like, but do you understand for you to get your clicks and your likes and your engagement that'll be forgotten about in a week, you may have just shot yourself in the foot for another show for someone who would have reached out to you. So I feel like from what I've been seeing, a lot of people get into that fight or flight response mode of trying to keep their image good, this and that, where my thing is if you just laugh at yourself, and like, look, it's fucking trash TV. We know what we're going on to do. Give people something to talk about. Have a good time. I don't understand why so many cast members take themselves so seriously.
Like, but for Clayton, for example, I feel like you went in with like not a strategy. I feel like he went in his brain like, I don't really know what I want, like blah blah blah. I don't really know my strategy. You actually did have a strategy. If you look back, like you weren't playing a game per se in terms of like being like gross or whatever. But you were a strategy to stay. Like I don't think Clayton has that. I don't think like several people on these reality shows think about it.
But I also don't think like they're smart enough to know how to maneuver it. To tell you the truth, because it's like, look it. If we're breaking the fourth wall, looking at the audience, let's be fucking real. Everyone wants screen time. Everyone wants to stay on longer. They bring, let's just say, for example, 30 people to come film the show. You have months of waiting. You're going to go. You got to buy all new clothes. I dress like a bum every day, so then I got to buy actual clothes that look good. It's a whole thing. You're in a hotel room. You're in another country. Give them a fucking show. Even if you're going to go home, have a good time. And if you happen to meet someone and something genuine happens, that's fucking great. But when you look at someone like him, again, I just get the thing. I just couldn't stop thinking Temu Shane every time I was looking at him. Personality-wise, they're not that much, but he just has a thing where I'm like, bro, if you were just able to like be real and come across with your shit, because my thing is we all can relate to being vulnerable, if you're like, dude, I want to be here. I got a thing for you. I really don't know how I feel with this and with that, and I'm being honest about that. You cannot shit on someone who is honest. You just can't. Even if you disagree, you're like, I know they're being genuine. With him, it seemed like gameplay a little bit, and that's where I'm like, that bites you in the foot a little bit, and then we have to talk about, is it Louis?
Oh, Louis.
Louis? Oh my! First of all, who's his girl? Sandy.
Yes.
Sandy, I love you to death. You gotta stop pulling the hair. You gotta stop pulling. I get it. We all have they both have nervous tics.
They do.
She's pulling the hair, and he's like hands in his face, and his hands in his hair, and I'm like, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta stop with it. What did you guys think about him and her with all of that? Because I'm like, aren't they? They had the same conversation 20 fucking times.
Literally.
I'm like, we're doing this again?
Literally.
Yeah, I honestly kind of like to see for a change because I saw Louis' Too Hot to Handle season, and he was very much like the playboy, kind of like not really caring to spend the money.
Yeah.
But she's like stepping all
He's
over
in his
him.
feels more than her, which I feel like he didn't get that way until she went on the date with Clayton.
And what do you think the reason is? Like, do you think it's
I think as a
actually
man,
genuine?
it was like if he would have went on like a situation where he like felt for some, I think he thought in his head, Sandy thought Clayton was hot, no matter what she said, no matter what she did, and he felt intimidated. So then like, and he also mentioned in the like first episode, like, oh my God, these guys are so tall, like blah, blah, blah. Like there's something going on there that has nothing to do with her.
Do you get that? Like when you show up on a show or
I could tell you there is only one meme of me that I have loved for my entire career of doing reality TV, and it was when Will was introduced in our season. Because I look at this beautiful fucking Chris Hemsworth stunt double Thor-looking son of a bitch walk in, and I'm like, can they stop casting 6'5" beautiful men? Like, I look like a fucking little short king right now, and I'm an average height guy. To this day, people meet me, and the number one thing they always say is they're like, I can't believe how tall you are. And I'm like, do I give off Joe Pesci fucking energy? Like, I don't understand what this is, but they just have a thing of like, we're gonna cast 6'5" and above, roided out, looking good in the thing. And I'm like, you know what? We need to represent for the average Joes of life, because not every guy has a six-pack looking like this all ripped up. But I do think, to your point with him, I think it's an insecurity thing that goes far beyond just wanting to be on a show. I think that's where people try to be so in control of the way they're coming across and the way they're being seen. And you're in this predicament now of, I'm going to get dogged out and I'm going to look stupid. Sort of like JR. Like last night when everyone was shitting on him when I was streaming, watching it, I feel bad for, because you could tell he's not a bad dude.
Right.
He came in cocky. He wants to own his image. He wants to do all these things. I understand that from someone who has done this and seen it. And then when he's going immediately, I'm like, it's like having a party that no one goes to. I'm like, oh, like, and everyone's like, stop looking for a redeeming quality in everyone. I'm like, you gotta have a fucking heart. Like, I feel bad for the kid a little bit, but I do think that a lot of times that's where people can shoot themselves in the foot. Because even with, it's Louis or Louis? Louis. Okay, what's he say? He's like, in it, bruv. In it, bruv. And I'm like, okay, we got to stop.
He looks like he shouldn't be British. I don't know what it is.
He has a lot of things that just bother me. and it's one of those things where I'm like, I could tell I'd get along with you and I'd like you. But when they're going on the dates and everyone starts losing their shit, I'm like, this is where everyone wants to have their moment. Everyone wants to... They want to be the breakout, right? Have some fucking fun with it. Have some fun. Get unhinged. Stop being like an insecure kid in 8th grade dance who act like no one wanted to fucking dance with you.
Yeah,
like
that's how I feel about Daniel. Like I feel like
just
very
about to say that.
Like so this is also interesting too, because this season seem a lot like committed kind of fast. And I know you kind of have to, because obviously you need to pair with someone at the end of the night. But like, yeah, they're not really exploring. And so like when AD got sent home from Ollie, and she was just devastated and he was heartbroken. Like, people obviously are like, oh, you guys just met like a few days ago.
Right.
How, as someone that was there, because obviously, I mean, your season ended pretty seriously as well for you and Carousel. So like, what is the perspective of being in there and how serious it is?
So it's different because for me, I kind of got fucked when I did mine, just because of the fact of me and Carousel had a pass, and it was so, if you've changed,
like Clayton and Rachel.
Yeah, now we're gonna see if you've changed. AKA, if I go on a date or if I go make out with someone or explore, Joey's a fucking asshole. He's never changed. So it was like, I can't do any of that, but you can go do all of it. And I didn't care, because my thing is like, again, what am I going to do? Go fight my friends I've been friends with for years? How dare you go on a dating show and make out with the girl that I'm matched with right now? Like, let's have fun. Let's have a good time. So if there's a regret I have with it, it's just the fact that I know I would have had a lot more fun and done a lot more things, but I was really limited because of my past with Carousel. So it was like, oh, if he's changed, he's going to step up and prove it, which was AK, I got to be a fucking saint every minute I'm in here. Otherwise, it's going to be, he's up to the same old shit. But I can tell you, it is funny, even as someone who has been there, when you're seeing people cry about shit. Like, I remember a moment with my boy Damien. If you guys remember my season, Damien was like in love with Francesca.
Yes.
And it was everything he did, she hated him more, but he was more committed that I'm going to win her. And I remember it was when I think she matched with Abby.
Right.
And at this point, she had made out with someone, matched with someone else. And I remember it was me, Damien, and Chloe, and might have been someone else. I don't know if this moment's in the show. It might be. And they tell him she's making out with Abby, and she matched with Abby. And he looks down with tears in his eyes, and he looks up at all of us, like straight cinematic. And he's like, as long as she's happy. And I just remember I was sitting there and my eyes were darting left to right, like looking at the camera crew. I'm like, is anyone else about to burst out fucking laughing right now? I was like, Joey, don't laugh. You can't laugh at your friend right now. You cannot laugh at your friend. But it really is those things where people take shit fucking serious. Like, there was a cast member on my season who shall remain nameless, who had a problem with me for picking someone in the kissing challenge. And I'm like, we're on a fucking show, bro. Like, what? I've known you for a day. I'm not gonna kiss them. Like, come on. Like, let's talk about this. Everyone wants to be Harry and Francesca. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. I think it's like it's like a studio ripping off a hit where they're like, we're going to repeat the formula and that's going to make it good. And it's like, no, that worked because that's who they are. It's genuine. 100%. That's their brand. Be yourself. So you see so many people coming on, and I don't know if the audience thinks this way or if it's just me because I know people and I've been there, where it's like, I see how they're trying to be that. Mm-hmm. And it, to me, just comes off really fucking cringe because undoubtedly you have a moment where someone's ego gets tested, whether it's them not being picked, whether it's them getting left for someone, and then you see the real version of them, and I'm like, that's the person I wanted to see this entire time, but instead you were trying to play a role, and it just comes off inauthentic.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's a personality difference. Like, who we three are all different people. If you throw us in there, it's like maybe they can't hide their feelings as well as like maybe like you can or like I can. And when you throw everybody in there and the cameras are on, you're like, wait a minute. Am I feeling this? Or am I like trying to be like strategic? And how do you like differentiate? You said like your friend's crying and you're like trying to console him, and like he's probably looking at you like, how are you like not crying? Like, how are you not caring? Like, so I feel like it's just a personality thing, which is so interesting.
Is there anyone from this season that you think is trying to do the imitation?
I mean, I just look at most of the guys when they're introduced, and I just feel like after being on these shows, doing it, you just know they've looked at who's popped off the most from the Netflix
homework,
world.
Studying.
100%. Like a great example, I remember, he's not on this season of this show. Do you guys know Brighton? He was on, I think, Squid Game.
Okay,
and then I'm friends with Chase. And Chase plays the villain role. But the thing is, I always defend Chase because he's a legitimate great kid.
Yeah, he's himself.
Great kid, and he knows what he's doing, and he's great at what he does, but you can tell, even if you look back to my season when he's playing that role and he's doing that, he's lovable. Then you look at someone like Brighton, and I can't speak, I've never met him, I've never seen the shows, I've just seen clips. I remember texting Chase last year, and I was like, who is this fucking kid? And he's like, who? I'm like, who do you think? That he is trying to be you, and I think he had told me, he was like, that he talked to him, and he's like, there's a difference between being a villain and being a fucking dick. And that's the example of like people watch people who have popped off, who have had clout, who have had all of that, and they're like, I'm just gonna go and do that. And it's like, bro, you are shooting yourself in the foot from moment one of walking on, where you are so blessed to have this opportunity. If you just go be you, regardless of how many people shit on you, regardless of how many people come at you, you're gonna find people who fuck with you. You're gonna find people who are in your corner. And I think a lot of times with a show like Perfect Match, if you don't come across quickly enough, you're not going to get that opportunity. Like, it's back to the hotel. That's just the way it's going to be.
Oh my gosh.
Can I ask you more about like what it's like to be in there? Like, what's 100%. A typical day in the life? You guys wake up.
Yep.
And obviously, like, the cameras are on, whatever. Like, what was your typical, like, that's what I'm curious.
So I'm a night owl. I don't fucking sleep. So when you're filming these shows, you're filming like all day, all night long, and then it's like drop the dime, you got to go to sleep. And I'm like, fuck, like I can't fall asleep.
Is there like a curfew?
Not like a curfew, because if I recall, you don't know what time it is most of the time because you don't have a phone, you don't have a clock, and I think that's part of the experience is like you are alienated from the world. So time does stretch differently. I could say that when we're laughing at people, when it's like, but you're my perfect match. It's like you've known each other 2.5 days. It does feel different. Like TV time does feel differently. Typically it starts, producer will wake you up in the morning. It's either for me, fucking hit him in the head and wake him up because I don't get up, or like my producer Danny was like, come in, she'd rub my arm and be like, Joey, it's time. And I'm like, no, another hour, no, get up. And then everyone's scrambling. You got to get ready for the day. I have no fashion sense whatsoever. So I'm pulling my producers. I'm like, what the fuck am I wearing today?
Yeah.
Tell me what I'm wearing.
Stylist.
Yeah,
100%. They'll help you.
But I wear horror movie t-shirts all day and band t-shirts, and I want to go on and look like me, but you can't because of logos and all that. So for me, I'm more problematic than all the girls in the house. I really need a helping hand to get myself put together.
Okay,
to look
so they're
like
changing you.
100%.
Okay.
I'm like,
then
what am I
what's
wearing?
next? You're changed, now what?
I'm changed. Well, I steam. Got to steam.
Okay,
steam, breakfast. Everyone's talking, and then they'll usually say you're on ice, which means no talking, because what are you going to talk about? What happened last night? And that needs to be when cameras start rolling. So it could be a little awkward in the morning because we're all like half exhausted. And we all know we got to be reboosted for the day. So let's say me and you got into a fight last night. Me and you got into a fight. Night ended. We didn't make up. Morning starts and we're just.
You can't hash it out.
No, we're silently just like looking at each other and starting in like, let's say it's an hour or two before cameras start rolling. It makes that tension boil up even more. So that's why shit pops off. So when people talk about scripted, nothing's scripted. This is all natural shit of making a story. It's going to make sense that there's going to be problems and things are going to pop off. But the way everyone deals with that is a lot different because I do think a lot of people are very insecure. A lot of people are with that. I have my insecurities with things, but for the most part, if I'm going on a fucking show that's about this, you gotta be ready for the shit and you gotta know that's what people are here for. Give them what they want. I look at people who melt down with this and I genuinely don't understand what fucking show do you think you're going on? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. So you'll do that all day long. Things are really segmented out. So let's say you go on a date or you do something like that. Everything basically stops. People at the house are doing their own thing. You got to get transported. You got to go do your own thing. And for us, at least, the dates were different because we filmed in Panama. I don't think we were supposed to film there, but that was when the Delta COVID variant happened. Right. So we had to detour there. So I always tell people, if you look at our season, all of us look terrible in the sense of we have bites all over us because there were sand fleas. So all of us were itching and spraying ourselves with the bug spray. And I just look back at the show and I look at my legs and I'm like, bro, I look like I got run over by a train. It looks rough. So I am so fucking jealous of this cast for being wherever the hell they are because that location looks dope as fuck.
Okay, thank you. I was like so curious about that. Like when we all wake up, like what do we do?
Yeah, I'm shocked that they like personally come in and wake you and they're not just like blast
alarms on, wake up.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's different for everyone else. Like, you got the cameras in the room, right, that you see. So, like, for me, I like to fuck with all the production people all day. So I'd get naked in helicopter with everyone. And I remember my producer sent me a compilation of me mooning them and doing everything. So I'm like, look, we're all having fun filming the show. We got to keep things light because sometimes people take things too serious. And, like, I think with our season, I think it was Shane got splashed with the water when Chloe matched with Mitch. And that was one of those moments where even the producers the next day were like, you couldn't have manipulated this if you fucking tried. He sat down. She jumped in the pool above. He got splashed. Like, fuck this. I'm quitting. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. And like moments like that, it just happens and it ends up being gold.
I forgot about that. That was iconic. You can't script that.
No, you can't.
You can't write that if you want.
But that's the thing when people talk about scripting, you don't you're casting such big personalities. You put them in a room where you have no phone, you have nothing. Shit is going to go down. And even with this season, Timu Francesca, what was her name?
Which one? Sandy?
Yeah, Sandy. Dude,
I had a feeling you were
Come on. You're gonna tell me that's not Timu Francesca?
I think she is trying to be that personality. I think that is her personality. So I think it works. But yeah, she's very much the Francesca of this season, I think.
100%.
Like she's running shit.
Well, she thinks she is.
I also love Lucy. I think she's being genuine. I think she's herself. She is also trying to kind of play the game. But then because she's with Daniel, who's so like, no, we're together.
But I love Daniel.
It's like, I know.
But that's someone who has actual feelings, and he would look at you or talk to you and be like, wait, how are you not like really feeling things?
I think they're not meant to be together. Yeah. Because she wants to play around and like meet people and like talk to multiple people.
She just was crying and crying and crying. And I'm like.
Because he says he's embarrassed to be with her. I get that.
But like, you get one cry. Like, you get one genuine
this
cry.
Is why they cast people like this? Because it's like, you get one cry.
Right. Like producers would love you.
Genuine cry where the audience is with you. After the first genuine cry, it's like, look, we got to switch something.
But what if you go on your next reality show and you really fall for someone and you're down bad? Okay?
I will bawl my fucking eyes out. I will cry. But here's the thing. I'm allowed to sit on the couch now and talk shit because I'm not on the show. And this is the fun thing about it is when you're on there, have some fun, go with it. Now, if I could sit back and watch, I get to be the guy eating a bag of chips, talking shit. Like I've never done this before.
Fair enough. Would you do another dating show?
I would, but it would have to be the right thing.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. I'm very private with my personal life, so I didn't ever want to do a dating show to begin with. And I just think it's really hard because I got in the business being an actor, be a filmmaker. I grew up idolizing actors, writers. I never saw my life going this way. So it is still weird to me to be in a place of like, Joey, people know you as that. And when you've had relationships, whereas we know, Ups and downs, this and that. People want to weigh in. They want to know everything. For me, that is so anxiety ridden because we also live in a time where it doesn't matter. I'm a guy. I'm wrong. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to be fucking wrong. I'm going to be bad. It doesn't matter the way that it is. So I would love to do one. It would have to be the right thing. Like with Perfect Match with our season, it was kind of hard because I'd already dated people on the cast and I was friends with everyone there. So unless it was a show that hadn't come out yet, I knew everyone and was friends with them. I would be open to it. It would just have to be the right thing. You know what I mean? I think the dating space, like everyone goes nuts about, what's the show, Love Island?
Yes.
Never seen an episode.
Oh,
I don't know.
watch.
Is it fun?
Yeah, you would really like
Aren't
it.
we over dating on a beach yet? Like everyone's
unfortunately not.
Homies are dating on beaches, and I'm like, can we switch it up a little bit? Can we do something?
Get them on a
They put them
plane,
in
on a
like the
boat.
snow.
Something.
Yeah,
Yo,
snow.
dating in the snow would be romantic. Make a snowman, hot chocolate, people fighting in their flannels and
Wait,
their
and they
beanies.
debuted at
Fighting
like
the flannels.
wintertime.
Yeah.
Cute.
Wait, I want to ask you, would you guys go on a dating show?
Totally.
Oh my god, yeah. I think the only one I would do is The Bachelor.
The Bachelor?
Yeah, I would do a Netflix show for sure. Like The Circle, literally our podcast producer, he's not in the room. He applied for The Circle.
Really?
Yeah, like we love, I think, a show like that where you could be like, kind of behind the screen and not so much like.
That's the only reason I
always
went
eyes
on
on
that
you.
show because I was so anti-reality show forever. Because
Yeah,
like when you're
that's like a
studying and acting and doing it, they're like, don't ever do this. It'll limit you. Of course, now with the world, it's do as many things as you can do.
Totally.
So when I got presented with The Circle, it was like, I can't really fuck up my career.
They
or
reached out to
name.
you?
Yeah. Well, I worked at the oldest gay bar in LA. And my boy who
That'll do
was
it.
working there with me was a casting producer. And
Oh.
and he comes up and I'll never forget it was salsa night. I'm cutting the fucking limes. And he's like, I'm casting this thing. You gotta come in, you're perfect. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's this reality show for Netflix. Before he could finish, I'm like, I don't do reality. And he was like, you gotta come in, you're perfect. And I'm like, okay, I'll go on the fucking thing. You don't want to burn a bridge with a friend.
Kill it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna burn a bridge. I had never done a reality audition. I'd only done scripted auditions. So for people who don't know, it's scripted auditions. You walk in, and it's 100 people in a lobby who look just like you. You walk in, you can't have any personality. Don't be, hi, I'm Joey. No, that's unprofessional. Hi, I'm reading for the role of Sam. Action, do your thing, you're out the door. This was sitting in a chair, talking to me. I was like, that's fucking it? That's all you do? And then it was like, I'm not going to get this. I don't want it. And then it was, they want you. You're their number one with everything. And I was like, fuck, I guess I gotta do this. And Circle was great because it's the only show where I was like, I can't really fuck up my career. I'm locked in a room by myself.
Right.
Where all I thought of with reality shows, because I'd never really watched them, is people hooking up and fighting. And that didn't really happen. So it was great.
Dang, what did you bring from The Circle into Perfect Match?
Nothing. I can honestly tell you nothing. I don't prepare whatsoever because my thing is just throw me in. Throw me in. What's the concept of the show? What's everything? Like, I remember with our season, we didn't know what it was. Everyone's talking about who the host was, and then we see gorgeous fucking Nick Lachey, which, by the way, can we talk about Mr. 98 Degrees lighting up the screen still to this day? He looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He looks so good. And I remember when I seen him in person, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Nick Lachey looking good.
He comes in and it's just like, oh.
Nick Lachey looking good. I think he's fantastic. I think what Chris and everyone in Connecticut are doing is amazing. They know the marketplace and they know their audience and they know how to go in that direction. I am excited to see what happens with the rest of this season just because I think the cast so far has been great. I think Ollie needs to work on opening his eyes a little bit more. Sometimes he looks real stoned. I know he's not stoned, but like when it's his OTF interviews and his eyes are just like soaked, and I'm like, bro, what is going on in that head of yours? Like so much is happening, and I don't know. I feel like it's been a ride so far, but I want to genuinely know for you both.
Okay.
Who is your least favorite? Be honest.
I mean, I think mine's clearly Clayton. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But just because of his Bachelor season, I already was kind of upset with him. And then he goes and pulls this. I'm excited to see now that the girls are coming back. That's how episode 6 left off. Everyone's now returning, which I missed Alex. So I'm glad that she's having a little more camera time now too. So yeah, I think Clayton is on the chopping block for me this week.
I'm only going to agree with you because I'm so let down by Clayton. Like, I genuinely was
personal.
I feel you when you say that. Like, your heart is hurting right now.
I watched his Bachelor season, okay? And then I was so excited for him to be a changed, maybe not changed, I'm not an idiot, but like working on yourself from that experience, which was an experience. And I've watched all The Bachelor. Like, that was a lot. I thought he was changed. And not only are you not changed, Rachel has clearly had like a glow up. She's clearly like done the work to like her inner being. And he just came in and goes, you know what I'm going to do? The same thing.
Shit.
Yeah.
And that to me is like disrespectful. And like I had more.
Have you DM'd him?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to be next.
But you got to, but not as like shooting the shot. It's just like, hey.
Do better.
I'm hurt by you.
Yeah.
I believed in you.
You should.
I just feel like we were rooting for you, Clayton, and you let me down.
Do you guys think he's going to have a return on the season?
No, I think actually, no.
No?
Do you like sympathize with him a little bit? Because I know, like, because obviously
No. I mean, here's the thing. Again, I could say yes. No. I mean,
I know you said that you were like kind of regretting being like closed off with Carousel right away because of your past. And since he then, you know, Rachel came in, he almost did the same thing. He was like, oh, yep, let's go back together, my intuition. But then the intuition all of a sudden changed.
But that's my thing is like, I could say I sympathize, where my thing is maybe that's just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, he should have done better, this and that. Even if he's not perfect, he's not great, I'd rather take someone being really who they are than just trying to seem like someone who's changed and playing that role, so to speak. So
that's what I'm saying. I feel like I really believe that he like did the work. That's who he is, where he can't really make a decision. And like, you come in there, you know, that's why it's like a million different personalities. You come in there, you're like, okay, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. He just goes in there and goes, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. And then goes based off of emotions.
And don't you think that's just kind of boring? Like, even besides anything else, like, it's just kind of fucking boring, where I'm like, no, bro, you're feeling something, you're thinking something, go do something, instead of being like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that to me is the most, I don't know, it's like being out, what if we were doing this right now and it's just dead air?
Yeah.
We're just sitting, it's the same thing where I'm like, end of the day, we're there to do a fucking show. You know you've done this before.
But Rachel's there for love. I don't think she's doing it for a show. Like,
genuinely believe she's there for love.
I genuinely believe that she's hoping deep down that she finds her person through that. Whether it's like a Bachelor, like, you know, when they like leave and they like Instagram it up, or like whatever it is, maybe it lasts for like a year. I think she's looking for something, whereas most of these people maybe are not. Like, I do
that as well.
I think I agree, to be honest, and we don't really agree on like some stuff with that.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think, again, I just think it's, for me, having done it, I think it's like in life, if you're dating, you don't want to set yourself up for failure, right? For heartbreak. I think the best way you can go about it is, I'm gonna go have a great fucking time. I'm gonna make a dope show that the world's gonna love and hate in every regard. And if I really do meet someone, fucking sick. But if that's the only end all be all, I feel like you're kind of setting yourself up for failure, because let's be real, so many people are going on thinking about the verified check, how many followers they're getting. Like, I could not tell you the amount of conversations I've had with people over the years when their shows have come out and they're all bugging that they're not getting 1 million followers with shit. And I'm like, for us, for, you know, people from The Circle, Love is Blind season 1, Too Hot to Handle, we were the first crop of Netflix reality shows. It was literally The Circle, Love is Blind, Too Hot in a 3-month period. COVID happened, helped all of us. So all of us got a lot of followers, a lot of attention. Now, the marketplace, there's so
saturated.
Yeah, there's so many things on everywhere. So I've seen every season of shows come out when I'm at events and I'm talking to friends and people, and you get the inside scoop, and people are fucking pissed that they're not getting 1 million followers and they didn't get this moment that they thought was going to pop off. And that's where I feel bad for someone if they're genuinely going on there to meet someone and do that and they're getting let down. That sucks. But the fact you guys both think she's genuine with it, I'm like, okay, then that means other people are going to think that as well, and the audience is going to fuck with her more.
Great.
Thank you so much for coming.
Well, Joey, thank you for dissecting this. Yeah, it was good to hear from someone who was there instead of just us and our opinions. So thank you for verifying some of our suspicions.
Thank you for having me here, and I want to see you guys on a dating show.
Oh my god!
I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens when TMZ goes on a dating show.
We should have a TMZ dating show.
They should do like every single like occupation, and we should be like the team girl.
Can we please do a TMZ date? I want to date someone from TMZ so bad. I want.
Oh my god! Let's do a lap. I'll show you around the office.
100%. 100%.
Let's do a lap.
Oh my gosh! Well, Joey,
see you guys next up.
All right, bye.